How's it going, everybody? So we're back, talk some more your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You know, with this release schedule they have for this first season, 1 week they're dropping 2 episodes, and 3 episodes, and another 3, and now we're at the finale. Seems like we're moving by this season pretty damn fast, almost too fast in my opinion. Regardless, I've really loved overall pretty much all of what we've seen to this point, storyline-wise, making it all the more fun to discuss all of that stuff, along with this finale being here today. We now can discuss the future of the series because we do know that we're getting multiple seasons after this. After so much build-up throughout this season for this inevitable conversation between the two of them, it was well worth the wait getting to see Otto and Norman talk. Norman even went to Otto and talked to him face to face, gloating about putting him behind bars and taking all of his work for Oscorp. Now, I'm definitely not Team Otto Octavius, but I do think there is a lot of merit to what Otto was saying in retaliation, and how Norman is an opportunist. It's something that we'll see further and further even at the tail end of this episode with his relationship between him and Peter. Even if we knew inevitably in these last 2 episodes we were going to get the classic Spider-Man outfit, I can't deny just how fantastic it looks in your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. As somebody that overall has been pretty mixed on the art style and the animation used in this show, the styling here with this use of animation makes the classic suit really pop, in the different fight sequences and the web slinging, especially when Peter gets this rematch between him and Scorpion. Amongst the plethora of different villains in Spider-Man's rogue gallery, Scorpion has never been one of my favorites or anything. I gotta admit though, this interpretation of Scorpion in your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, they have done a surprisingly good job at making Scorpion intimidating, powerful, making it all the more of a shame that we have gotten nothing really with the Scorpion in the MCU at this point. As far as we know, he's just been in prison ever since the end of Homecoming. Even with the fact that Peter is now much better prepared to take on Scorpion, he can't do it all on his own, needing some assistance from Lonnie until Peter decides to let loose, thinking he killed him. That was pretty badass as well. Lonnie, now that he got his powers, he can actually assist Spider-Man, and they team up against Scorpion to defeat him. And in a similar vein to Scorpion, what this show has done for Lonnie as a character, seeing the full-fledged origin from Lonnie and that transition into Tombstone, has been heartbreaking even if you do know as a fan of Spider-Man what's coming at the end. With so much of this show wrapped up around Lonnie being mixed up with bad people trying to not do bad things, I thought it was extremely powerful that he is actually the one that stopped Spider-Man from doing something terrible, trying to kill Scorpion. Don't get me wrong, Norman Osborn is a fantastic villain. Ever since he twisted Uncle Ben line about with great power, we've been seeing more and more in every episode just how not great of an influence he is on Peter's development as far as him turning into a hero, further making it true that he is an opportunist at the end of the day and doesn't actually care about Peter or like Peter. It's made all the more clear that he's just using Peter for his own personal gain to replicate his powers and use all of these other students in the creation of this project to open a gateway to outer space. You know, it really signifies that Norman is doing something pretty wrong when Doctor Strange comes out of nowhere to tell you you're doing something bad. Of course, Doctor Strange is correct, since his machine brings back that symbiote creature that we saw back in episode 1. Thankfully, this time around, Peter has power so he can actually fight back and assist Doctor Strange. I'm not entirely certain how much No Way Home influenced this show, but you could definitely see some of the influences pouring in with the relationship between Doctor Strange and Peter here. Gave off very strong vibes of No Way Home. One of the biggest surprises that comes from all of this, though, in the 3rd act, is this sort of time travel paradox going on. Everything surrounding it, the usage of Norman's portal, and then Doctor Strange opening his own portal, it all inevitably loops back around to the very beginning in episode 1, when Doctor Strange goes through the portal and fights the symbiote and they destroy Midtown High, and that spider that Norman was working on replicating Spider-Man's powers ends up being the one that goes through that portal and bites Peter. Quite the fascinating way to have a sort of paradox in time travel here. Most of the animated stuff for Marvel is too short in my opinion. I really would have liked to have a little bit longer of an episode, so we wrap things up very rapid fire here as far as setting up a ton of different plot threads to explore in season 2. For instance, Norman finds some remnants of the symbiote goo. That for sure can set up some stuff revolving around the symbiote in season 2. Whether it be Norman that gets it, Harry gets it, Peter. There's even a very fun but brief cameo of Daredevil. I really hope that Charlie Cox comes back for further seasons of the show if they can try and work him in some way. These last 2 episodes in particular, we had more of Nico's amulet at the forefront. Season 2, it seems like we're going to be getting more of her using those powers and the amulet. Not only that, but we're seeing Lonnie become more and more of Tombstone. So far, it's just little hints though, like the changing of his color at his fingertips is very much like the classic Tombstone we know from the comic book. Besides all of that stuff, you even have Dr. Octopus creating his tentacles in prison, so we're going to get some Dr. Octopus stuff. The one that did catch me off guard was the fact that Peter's dad is actually alive. Not only is he alive, but he's in prison. All I could think about was bad flashbacks to those amazing Spider-Man films, and those movies kind of just made me not care all that much about the stuff revolving around Peter's parents as these secret agent spies. But yeah, let me know down below, how'd you feel about episode 9 and 10 of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episodes? How do you feel about everything as far as going into a season 2 with everything that they set up in this finale? Either way, thank you guys as always for checking out videos. I always do appreciate it. Make sure to like on the video and also subscribe to the channel to update reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.